Hi everyone. Before we get into this audiobook, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button and drop a like. It helps me out a lot, as well as contributes a lot to the channel. Now let's get into the story. I hope you enjoy. Under the cloak of an eternally twilight sky, where the moon hangs heavy and the stars whisper secrets, lies a world unseen by mortal eyes. This is the realm of the Lykans, a society ruled by the ancient laws of the pack, where power flows like molten silver in the veins of the alpha wolves. Their world is a tapestry, woven with threads of magic and raw, untamed power, a realm where the very air crackles with an energy both alluring and terrifying. Generations have lived and died under the watchful gaze of the silver moon, a celestial body whose phases dictate the rise and fall of alpha dominance. For centuries, the prophecy has echoed through the shadowed forests and windswept plains. The king of all alphas, a being of unparalleled power and destined to unite the fractured packs, would rise. This prophesied king, a figure shrouded in myth and legend, would usher in an era of unprecedented peace or catastrophic destruction, the scales tipping precariously based on the choices of this singular alpha. The very air hums with the potent magic that binds these creatures to their primal instincts and their supernatural abilities. Their senses are heightened, their strength amplified, their very essence infused with the wild magic of the ancient forests. Love and loyalty are sacred bonds, woven from the very fabric of their existence. Yet, betrayal, too, holds an equally potent sting, capable of tearing apart even the strongest packs and leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Imagine a world where the heart beats in rhythm with the moon, where the howl of the wolf carries the weight of centuries, and where the very ground beneath your paws vibrates with the potent magic of 1,000 generations. This is the world we are about to enter, a world of shadowed forests, moonlit glades, and a destiny waiting to be unveiled. A world where love and loss dance a deadly waltz, and where the fate of the entire Lycan race rests upon the shoulders of one rejected alpha. This is the story of a broken heart, a shattered prophecy, and the brutal, breathtaking rise of a ruthless king. A king forged in the fires of rejection, tempered by the bitter sting of betrayal, and ultimately redeemed by a love as fierce and unwavering as the moon itself. A love that might just save them all. Laya, a wolf of unparalleled beauty and strength, bore the weight of a love both fierce and ill-fated. Her heart, a tempestuous sea, was bound to Kale, the destined alpha king, a being whose very presence commanded reverence and fear in equal measure. Their bond, forged under the silvery gaze of the moon, had been whispered about in hushed tones, a forbidding romance that threatened to shatter the delicate balance of power within their world. Their connection was a mystical dance between two powerful souls, a symphony of shared glances and unspoken desires. But their love story, destined for greatness, was tragically cut short. Kale, burdened by the weight of prophecy and the expectations of his people, chose to sever the bond, rejecting Laya in a public display that resonated with the cruelty of a winter storm. The rejection was not merely a personal tragedy, it was a social earthquake. In the rigid hierarchy of the Lycan society, a rejected mate was marked, branded with a stigma that echoed through every moonlit glade and shadowed forest. Laya, once revered, was now ostracized, her very existence a constant reminder of Kale's difficult choice. Whispers followed her like shadows, each one a poisonous dart aimed at her wounded heart. The once vibrant energy that surrounded her was replaced by a chilling loneliness, a stark contrast to the warmth she had once shared with Kale. The pain was a physical entity, a relentless beast gnawing at her soul. She felt the weight of the world pressing down on her, the cruel judgment of her peers a constant reminder of her disgrace. Yet, beneath the surface of her despair, a spark of defiance flickered. The rejection, though devastating, ignited a fire within her, a burning resentment that would fuel her transformation. The love she had once cherished had been brutally stolen, leaving behind a void that only power could fill. The pain of rejection became the crucible in which her spirit was forged, preparing her for a destiny far greater and far more ruthless than she had ever imagined. This was not the end of her story, but rather a brutal beginning. The beginning of Lila's rise. The forest, a place both beautiful and brutal, became Lila's sanctuary, her refuge from the scorn of her former world. Under the cover of darkness, she fled, leaving behind the shattered remnants of her life, the echoes of laughter and love now replaced by the haunting silence of the wilderness. Her escape was a desperate flight, a desperate bid for solitude, for a chance to heal the wounds that had been inflicted upon her soul. The journey was arduous, a relentless test of her physical and mental endurance. The forest, once a familiar friend, now felt like an unforgiving enemy, its shadows concealing unseen dangers, its silence punctuated by the unsettling sounds of the night. Hunger gnawed at her belly, and exhaustion weighed heavily on her limbs. Each step was a victory, each sunrise a testament to her unwavering spirit. She was alone, utterly alone, with only her own strength and resilience to guide her. Vulnerability became her constant companion. The wildness of the forest mirrored the turmoil within her heart. She was exposed, not only to the elements, but to the predatory instincts of both beast and man. The memories of Kale, once a source of comfort, now taunted her, each recollection a fresh wound, reopening the scars of her rejection. She thought back tears, the salty sting a bitter reminder of her loss. The moon, once a symbol of her love, now felt like a cold, indifferent observer, its light casting long, menacing shadows. Yet, amidst the despair, a transformation began. The wilderness, harsh as it was, became her teacher. She learned to hunt, to survive, to trust her instincts. Her connection to the natural world deepened. The earth itself seemed to whisper secrets to her, strengthening her resolve and bolstering her spirit. She discovered a strength she never knew she possessed, a resilience forged in the crucible of her pain. The solitary journey was not merely a flight from her past, but a pilgrimage into a new self, a rebirth in the heart of the wild. It was a path that would ultimately lead her to power, the power born from the ashes of her broken heart. The wilderness held more than just survival, it held secrets. As Lila's connection to the earth deepened, so too did her awareness of a power simmering beneath the surface, a latent magic that thrummed within her very being. It began subtly, a faint tingling in her fingertips, a sudden shift in the wind, a preternatural awareness of the creatures around her. She sensed the pulse of the forest, the silent conversations of the trees, the unspoken anxieties of the animals. One moonless night, amidst the rustling leaves and the haunting calls of unseen predators, it erupted. A surge of raw energy coursed through her veins, a blinding flash of light illuminating the darkness. The very air crackled with power, the trees bowing before an unseen force. Fear warred with exhilaration as she realized the extent of her newfound abilities. This was not merely survival instinct. This was magic, potent and untamed. Initially, her control was erratic, her power a tempestuous storm. She unleashed bursts of energy unintentionally, inadvertently shaping the landscape, bending branches to her will, and summoning gusts of wind that lipped through the forest. Mistakes were made. Lessons learned in the harsh school of experience. She learned to channel her energy, to focus her intent, to temper the raw power with discipline and precision. Slowly, painstakingly, she began to master her abilities. She learned to manipulate the elements, calling upon the earth to shield her, commanding the wind to carry her, coaxing the very essence of nature to her aid. She discovered the intricate dance between her will and the mystical energies that surrounded her, weaving them together into a tapestry of power. The forest, once a place of survival, became her training ground, a crucible where she honed her skills, transforming herself from a survivor into a sorceress of immense power. The whispers of power had become a roar, a testament to her resilience and a harbinger of the transformations to come. The rejected mate, once broken, was now becoming something far more formidable, a being of immense power, ready to reclaim her destiny. Solitude, however empowering, could not fully sustain Lila. The forest, though her teacher, was also a reminder of her isolation. Yet, within its depths, she found unexpected companionship. A solitary griffin, its eyes ancient and wise, became her silent guardian, its powerful wings a symbol of her own burgeoning strength. The creature, shunned by its own kind for a perceived flaw, mirrored Lila's own experience of rejection, forging an immediate bond of understanding. Then came the outcast wolves, a pack ostracized for their unique abilities, their fur shimmering with an ethereal glow, their eyes burning with a power that echoed Lila's own. They were rebels, outcasts, just as she was. Their initial wariness gave way to respect as they witnessed Lila's mastery over her magic, her fierce determination, her unwavering spirit. They saw in her not a threat, but a leader, a kindred spirit who understood the pain of exclusion, the strength of defiance. Their alliance was not forged in words, but in shared experiences, mutual respect, and a common goal: survival. They hunted together, protected each other, and shared the wisdom of their respective worlds. The griffin's keen eyesight provided warning of approaching dangers, its powerful talons a formidable defense. The wolves, with their innate tracking abilities and pack instincts, ensured their safety in the unforgiving wilderness. Lila, with her growing magical prowess, became their shield, their protector, her powers a bulwark against the threats that loomed in the shadows. Their bond extended beyond mere survival. They shared stories, secrets, and dreams. Lila learned of the ancient prophecies, the hidden histories, the intricate web of magic and power that governed their world. The outcasts, in turn, learned from Lila's resilience, her unwavering determination, and her capacity for compassion, despite the pain she carried. From the ashes of rejection, a new family was born, a fellowship forged in the crucible of shared experience and mutual respect. This unlikely alliance, born from mutual understanding and a shared need for survival, would become the foundation of Lila's burgeoning power and her eventual rise to dominance. It was a testament to the strength found in unity, the power of acceptance, and the enduring spirit of those who refuse to be defined by their past. Lila's rejection was a catalyst, not just for her own transformation, but for a seismic shift in the balance of power within the werewolf kingdoms. Kale, the alpha who spurned her, felt the reverberations of her absence like a physical blow. Initially, he dismissed her departure, blinded by pride and the arrogance of his position. But the absence of her potent magic, the silence where her vibrant spirit once thrived, left a void that festered within him, a constant gnawing reminder of his mistake. His kingdom, once stable and prosperous, began to unravel. Internal conflicts erupted, challenging his authority. Rival packs, sensing weakness, encroached upon his territory, their eyes gleaming with ambition and avarice. The mystical creatures, once respectful, turned wary, their loyalty wavering. Kale, unprepared for such instability, responded with brutal efficiency, crushing dissent with an iron fist. His once benevolent rule morphed into a reign of terror, his decisions driven by a desperate need to maintain control, a desperate attempt to fill the emptiness Lila had left behind. He became a shadow of his former self, haunted by visions of Lila's strength, her untamed power, her radiant spirit. The whispers of her name became a constant torment, each echo a stark reminder of his failure. His ruthlessness, once a tool for maintaining order, became a self-destructive spiral. He isolated himself, surrounding himself with sycophants who fed his paranoia and reinforced his increasingly erratic behavior. The weight of his kingship pressed down upon him, crushing him beneath the burden of his own mistakes. His once bright eyes now reflected the darkness that consumed him, his heart hardened by regret and the chilling weight of his crown. The kingdom, once a beacon of prosperity, now bore the scars of his tyrannical rule. Fear permeated the land, replacing the former sense of security and unity. The very air seemed thick with tension, the unspoken anxieties of his people, a palpable force. Kale, the Alpha, had become Kale, the tyrant, a king consumed by his own self-destruction, a stark contrast to the powerful and compassionate sorceress he had rejected. His ascent to power was a testament to his ruthless ambition, that it was also a chilling portrait of a man consumed by his own demons, a man who had traded love for a throne built on fear and regret. His story was a cautionary tale, a dark reflection of the consequences of pride, arrogance, and the devastating cost of a mischance at true love. The weight of the crown pressed heavily upon Kale, a burden far exceeding the physical weight of the jeweled circlet. His once loyal council, now riddled with dissent and self-serving ambition, plotted against him in the shadows. Whispers of rebellion echoed through the halls of his castle, each hushed conversation a dagger aimed at his heart. He ruled through fear, his grip on power tightening with each passing day, but the cracks in his authority were widening, threatening to shatter his kingdom entirely. Lord Valerius, once a trusted advisor, now schemed in the darkness, his ambition fueled by a desire for the throne. He subtly poisoned Kale's ear with false information, manipulating the king's paranoia and fueling his already erratic behavior. Lady Isolde, with her captivating beauty and sharp intellect, played a dangerous game of seduction and betrayal, weaving a web of deceit that ensnared those closest to Kale. Their machinations were subtle, their movements like shadows in the night, but their ultimate goal was clear: to overthrow the king and seize power for themselves. Beyond the walls of the castle, a more immediate threat loomed. Rogue packs, emboldened by the weakening of Kale's authority, began to encroach upon his territories. Their numbers swelled, fueled by discontent and a hunger for power. Each incursion was a brutal reminder of his failing reign, a stark illustration of his inability to protect his kingdom. These were not mere skirmishes. They were full-scale assaults, each battle leaving scars on the land and further eroding Kale's already dwindling resources. The once unified kingdom was fracturing, torn apart by internal strife and external threats. The mystical creatures, once loyal allies, were becoming increasingly wary, sensing the instability within the kingdom. Their magical energies, once a source of strength for Kale, now felt distant, their protection waning. The very foundation of his power, once unshakable, was crumbling, leaving him vulnerable and isolated. He was surrounded by enemies, both within and without, each a constant reminder of his failures and the precariousness of his position. The weight of the crown, once a symbol of authority, was now a crushing burden, threatening to suffocate him beneath its weight. Kale's reign, once secure, now hung precariously in the balance, a testament to the fragility of power and the devastating consequences of a heart consumed by darkness. His kingdom teetered on the brink of collapse, a grim reflection of the man who ruled it. The whispers started subtly, like the rustling of leaves in a hidden grove, barely audible above the wind. But they grew steadily louder, echoing through the shadowed corners of Kale's kingdom, a testament to the simmering discontent brewing beneath the surface of his tyrannical rule. These were not the boisterous shouts of open rebellion, but the insidious murmurs of conspiracy, the carefully planned maneuvers of those who dared to challenge his authority. In the dimly lit taverns, where shadows danced and secrets were shared, disgruntled nobles plotted in hushed tones, their faces obscured by the flickering candlelight. Their grievances were many. The heavy taxes that burdened the common folk, the king's cruel decrees, the ever-present fear that stifled their lives. Each whispered word was a seed of rebellion, carefully planted in the fertile ground of resentment. The once loyal knights, once proud protectors of the kingdom, now carried a weight of disillusionment. They had witnessed firsthand the king's descent into tyranny, his disregard for the welfare of his people. Their loyalty, once absolute, was now fractured, their allegiance wavering. Some secretly pledged their support to the growing rebellion, their hearts yearning for a return to the days of justice and fairness. Others remained silent, torn between their oaths of loyalty and their growing sense of moral obligation. The common folk, burdened by poverty and oppression, found solace in the shared experience of suffering. Their resentment festered, transforming into a quiet defiance. Their silence, however, was not a sign of acceptance. It was the calculated stillness before the storm. They watched. They waited, their patience wearing thin, each day fueling the embers of rebellion into a potentially raging inferno. The air itself crackled with anticipation, thick with the unspoken desires for change. The magic that once flowed freely through the kingdom now felt stagnant, stifled by the weight of Kale's oppressive rule. Even the very earth seemed to groan under the burden of his tyranny, a silent protest against the darkness that had enveloped the land. The whispers of rebellion were no longer a subtle breeze. They had become a howling wind, threatening to tear down the walls of Kale's reign and usher in an era of uncertainty. The kingdom held its breath, poised on the edge of chaos, awaiting the inevitable eruption of the long-simmering discontent. The moon hung heavy in the inky sky, casting long, skeletal shadows across the cobbled streets of the capital. It was a night cloaked in secrecy, a night ripe with the potential for both destruction and revelation. Kale, his usually regal bearing slumped with weariness, stood alone on the battlements, the cold night air a stark contrast to the burning resentment within his heart. He was a king on the precipice, his kingdom teetering on the brink of collapse, his spirit as fractured as the land he ruled. Then, she appeared. Emerging from the shadows like a phantom, Lila moved with a grace that belied the raw power she possessed. Her eyes, once filled with a naive adoration, now burned with a cold, calculated intensity. Years of exile had honed her into a weapon, transforming her heartbreak into an almost tangible force. The air crackled with unspoken words, with years of pent-up emotion threatening to erupt into a storm. Their reunion was not a tender embrace, but a silent standoff, a tense dance of unspoken accusations and simmering resentment. The distance between them, physical and emotional, felt vast and insurmountable. Yet, beneath the surface of their carefully constructed facades, a flicker of recognition remained, a ghost of the love that had once burned so brightly. Kale, his pride wounded and his spirit broken, saw in her eyes not only the woman he had rejected, but also the formidable sorceress he had underestimated. He saw the power she wielded, a power that mirrored and surpassed his own. A tremor ran through him, a mixture of fear and reluctant admiration. Regret gnawed at him, a bitter taste that lingered on his tongue. Lila, her gaze unwavering, saw in him not the alpha she had once loved, but a shadow of his former self. The once benevolent king was now a tyrannical ruler, his reign marked by cruelty and oppression. The man she had once adored was gone, replaced by a stranger consumed by regret and self-destruction. Her heart, though hardened by years of pain, still held a trace of the love she had once felt, a love now twisted into a potent cocktail of anger and sorrow. The silence between them was thick with unspoken words, heavy with the weight of their shared history. It was a silence punctuated only by the distant sounds of the city, a city teetering on the brink of chaos, mirroring the turmoil raging within their hearts. The stage was set for a confrontation, not just between a rejected mate and her former lover, but between two powerful forces locked in a battle for the fate of a kingdom. Their encounter was a prelude to a war fought not only with swords and spells, but also with the sharp edges of betrayal and the lingering echoes of a love lost. The silence shattered. Lila's voice, once melodious, now carried the icy edge of frost, each word a carefully aimed dagger. "You destroyed everything, Kale," she accused, her voice echoing in the desolate space between them. "You rejected your destiny, and in doing so, condemned this kingdom to ruin." Her eyes, blazing with righteous fury, held a depth of pain that mirrored the devastation of the land around them. Kale flinched, not from her words, but from the raw emotion they exposed. His own voice, when he finally spoke, was a low growl, heavy with regret. "I made a mistake," he admitted, his tone laced with the bitterness of self-recrimination. "A mistake that cost me everything." He looked out at the darkening sky, his gaze lost in the swirling shadows. "But you left. You abandoned me." Lila laughed, a harsh, bitter sound that cut through the night. "Abandoned you? You cast me aside like a discarded toy, Kale. You broke my heart, and then you shattered this kingdom with your arrogance and your self-destructive reign." The magic thrumming within her pulsed, a palpable energy that threatened to erupt. He turned to face her, his eyes filled with a mixture of remorse and defiance. "It wasn't supposed to be this way," he whispered. His voice barely audible above the wind. "I was blinded by fear, by uncertainty. I didn't understand the power you possessed, the destiny we shared." He reached out, his hand trembling slightly, as if to touch her, but she flinched away, the gesture a painful reminder of the broken bond between them. "Understanding doesn't excuse your actions," Lila retorted, her voice hardening. "You condemned countless souls to suffering, to poverty, to fear. You traded our love for a throne, and now you see the price of your ambition." The air crackled with unspoken accusations, with the ghosts of what could have been. Their conflict was a tempest of accusations, a whirlwind of unresolved pain and simmering anger. It was a clash not only of wills, but of two vastly different paths, two divergent destinies that had once intertwined, now irrevocably separated. Each word was a blow, each silence a chasm of regret. The battle lines were drawn, not with swords and shields, but with the sharp edges of betrayal and the lingering echoes of a love betrayed. The fate of the kingdom hung precariously in the balance, caught between the destructive forces of their conflict and the fragile hope for a future yet unwritten. The night hung heavy with unspoken words, with the weight of their past and the uncertainty of their future. The wind howled a mournful lament, mirroring the turmoil in Lila's heart. She stood upon the windswept precipice, her gaze fixed on the crumbling castle below, a symbol of a love lost and a kingdom shattered. It was here, amidst the ruins of her past, that the truth of her lineage was revealed, not in a grand, dramatic unveiling, but in the quiet whisper of ancient magic resonating within her very soul. She wasn't just any sorceress. She was a descendant of the ancient moonweavers, a lineage of powerful Lycan shapeshifters blessed or cursed with potent magic. Their bloodline, woven into the very fabric of the prophecy, foretold a time of great upheaval, a time when the balance between the mortal and supernatural realms would hang by a single thread. And Lila, unknowingly, was the key. The prophecy spoke of a rejected mate, a woman scorned, who would rise from the ashes of heartbreak to wield unimaginable power. It spoke of a king, blinded by pride and fear, who would bring his kingdom to ruin, only to be challenged by the very woman he had cast aside. And it spoke of a choice between destruction and renewal, a choice that lay squarely in Lila's hands. The revelation was not a sudden burst of light, but a slow, dawning realization, a gradual unveiling of a truth that had always resided within her, hidden beneath layers of pain and resentment. The power she wielded, the magic that flowed through her veins, was not simply a result of her exile and her self-imposed hardship. It was her birthright, a legacy passed down through generations of moonweavers, a legacy she had unknowingly embraced. The weight of this knowledge settled upon her, heavy and profound. She was not merely seeking revenge. She was fulfilling a prophecy, a destiny she had unknowingly embraced. The conflict with Kale was not simply a battle between lovers. It was a clash of destinies, a struggle for the very soul of their world. The fate of the kingdom, the balance of the realms, rested upon her shoulders, upon the strength of her spirit, and upon the choices she was yet to make. The wind whipped around her, carrying with it the whispers of ancient magic, the weight of a legacy, and the promise of a future yet to be written. The path ahead was fraught with peril, but Lila, armed with her newfound understanding, stood ready to face it, her heart a tempest of sorrow and determination. The ancient prophecy, etched onto crumbling scrolls hidden deep within the forgotten libraries of the Moonweavers, spoke not of a simple love story, but of a cosmic dance between light and shadow, between destruction and renewal. It was a tale woven into the very fabric of their world, a tapestry of destiny that bound Lila and Kale together, despite their bitter estrangement. The prophecy foretold the rise of a powerful sorceress, a descendant of the Moonweavers, a woman whose heart would be broken, yet whose spirit would remain unbroken. This woman, Lila, would possess the power to either save or destroy their kingdom, her choices guided by the echoes of a love both profound and tragically lost. The prophecy described her as a storm, capable of both devastating destruction and life-giving rain, her power as potent as it was unpredictable. But the prophecy didn't solely focus on Lila. It spoke also of Kale, the alpha, the destined mate, the king who would reject his destiny, blinded by fear and fueled by arrogance. His reign, the prophecy warned, would be marked by tyranny and despair, a self-destructive spiral that would lead his kingdom to the brink of ruin. He was the shadow, the darkness that would contrast sharply with Lila's tempestuous light. His actions, driven by a deep-seated fear of the power Lila held, would inadvertently push her towards her destined path. The prophecy further unveiled a chilling truth. Their destinies were intertwined. Their love, once a beacon of hope, had been shattered, creating a rift that threatened to tear their world asunder. Yet, their reunion, their confrontation, was not merely a clash of wills. It was the catalyst for the prophecy's fulfillment. Their conflict, their pain, their mutual regret, all were necessary ingredients in the recipe of their world's fate. The ancient words spoke of a choice, a pivotal moment when Lila would stand at a crossroads, her heart torn between vengeance and forgiveness. Would she succumb to the darkness fueled by Kale's betrayal, unleashing her full power to wreak havoc and devastation? Or would she embrace her destiny, choosing the path of renewal, using her power to heal the wounds of a broken kingdom, and to mend the fractured heart of the man who had once been her world? The prophecy offered no easy answers, only a stark reminder that their love, their conflict, their choices would determine the fate not only of themselves, but of all who inhabited their magical realm. The weight of this ancient knowledge rested heavily upon Lila's shoulders, the burden of a destiny she could not escape, and a choice that would shape the future for eternity. Beneath the shadowed peaks of the Whispering Mountains, a gathering of shadows took place. Not the shadows of fear and despair that clung to Kale's crumbling kingdom, but shadows of rebellion, of simmering defiance, of a nascent power that threatened to topple the tyrannical reign. The rogue packs, once scattered and weak, had united under a banner of shared resentment and a desperate hope for freedom. For years they had endured Kale's iron fist, his brutal laws, his disregard for their ancient traditions. But the whispers of change, of a rising sorceress with a power as immense as her heartbreak, had sparked a flame of hope within their weary hearts. They had watched, from the edges of the kingdom, as Kale's reign spiraled into chaos, as his tyranny pushed his people to the brink of starvation and despair. Now, they saw their chance. The leaders of these rogue packs, cunning and battle-hardened, met under the pale light of the moon, their eyes gleaming with a shared determination. They were a diverse assembly, each pack possessing unique strengths and abilities. Some were masters of stealth and subterfuge. Others wielded brute strength and unmatched ferocity in combat, and still others possessed a deep connection to the ancient magic of the land, magic that had been suppressed by Kale's oppressive rule. Their alliance was not born of blind loyalty or reckless ambition, but of a strategic necessity. They understood that only through unity could they hope to challenge Kale's overwhelming power. Their plans were meticulously laid out, a complex tapestry of calculated risks and daring maneuvers. They would exploit the weaknesses in Kale's defenses, capitalizing on the discontent brewing within his own ranks. Their strategy involved a three-pronged attack. A swift, decisive strike at the kingdom's vulnerable borders. A simultaneous uprising within the capital city, fueled by the growing unrest among Kale's own people, and a final, devastating blow delivered by Laya herself, the sorceress whose power dwarfed even Kale's own. The rogue packs knew that Laya's magic was the key to their success, a wild card that could shift the balance of power in their favor. They had sent messengers, swift and silent as shadows, to establish contact with Laya, to forge an alliance with the woman who held the power to shatter Kale's reign. The fate of the kingdom hung in the balance, suspended between the tyrannical grip of a broken king and the rising power of a united rebellion. A rebellion fueled by hope, fueled by vengeance, and fueled by the unwavering belief in the power of a sorceress who had risen from the ashes of heartbreak to become the harbinger of change. The storm was gathering, its fury promising to sweep away the shadows of tyranny and usher in an era of uncertain, yet hopeful dawn. The air crackled with unspoken tension, a volatile mixture of hatred and desperate necessity. Laya, her eyes blazing with a power that mirrored the storm raging within her, stood before Kale, the man who had once been her destined mate, now a king consumed by regret and self-destruction. The battlefield lay behind them, a testament to the ferocity of the rogue pack's initial assault. Their united forces had barely managed to repel the first wave, a stark reminder of the looming threat. The scent of blood and magic hung heavy in the air, a chilling perfume that underscored the gravity of their situation. Kale, his usually impeccable composure fractured, his normally sharp eyes clouded with weariness, stared at Laya, his gaze a mixture of resentment, fear, and a flicker of something akin to longing. Their reunion had been far from the romantic reunion foretold in whispers. It was a desperate alliance born out of shared desperation, a fragile truce forged in the crucible of war. Neither truly trusted the other. Laya's heart still burned with the embers of betrayal, a fire stoked by years of pain and the bitter knowledge of what could have been. Kale, in his turn, wrestled with the ghost of his past actions, the weight of his tyranny pressing down on him like a suffocating shroud. Yet, the undeniable threat of the rogue packs forced them together. Their combined power, though fractured by years of animosity, was their only hope of survival. Laya, with her potent moonweaver magic, could unleash storms that could shatter mountains, and her tactical prowess was unmatched. Kale, despite his flaws, possessed the strategic knowledge and the military might to command his remaining forces. Together, they represented a force that could not be ignored. The negotiations were fraught with tension. Each word was measured, each gesture calculated. Laya, despite her burning resentment, recognized the necessity of their alliance. She wouldn't let pride or past grievances jeopardize the safety of her kingdom, even as that kingdom was ruled by the man who had broken her heart. Kale, in turn, understood that his survival, and the survival of his crumbling kingdom depended on the power Laya wielded. His pride, once a formidable barrier, had been chipped away by the relentless onslaught of the rebellion. Their alliance was not one of love or forgiveness, but one of grim necessity, a pact sealed in blood and sorrow. It was a temporary truce, a precarious balance between two warring souls, united only by the shared threat of utter annihilation. As they turned to face the encroaching darkness, the weight of their shared responsibility settled upon them, a heavy burden borne by two shattered hearts, each harboring secrets and wounds that only time, and perhaps a shared victory, could begin to heal. The future remained uncertain, a battleground where love and hate clashed, where betrayal and forgiveness danced a deadly waltz, and where the fate of a kingdom hung precariously in the balance. The first clash was a symphony of chaos and magic, a brutal ballet of steel and supernatural power. The rogue packs, emboldened by their newfound unity and Laya's potent magic, launched a ferocious assault on Kale's weakened forces. The air vibrated with the raw energy of their combined might, a palpable force that threatened to tear the very fabric of the land asunder. Under the crimson glow of the setting sun, the battle raged. Werewolves, their forms shifting with terrifying speed and ferocity, clashed with Kale's disciplined soldiers. The earth trembled under the weight of their struggle, the clash of steel echoing through the darkening landscape. From the heart of the fray, Laya unleashed her magic, weaving spells of devastating power. Streams of incandescent energy erupted from her fingertips, striking down Kale's soldiers like bolts of lightning, while shimmering shields of protective magic deflected the blows of the werewolf's claws and teeth. Kale, astride his magnificent warhorse, commanded his troops with grim determination. His own power, a dark reflection of Laya's light, manifested as shadowy tendrils that lashed out, ensnaring werewolves and dragging them into the abyss. His eyes, burning with a desperate intensity, scanned the battlefield, assessing the ebb and flow of the conflict. He fought with the ferocity of a cornered beast, his every move a testament to his unwavering resolve. The battle was a brutal dance between light and shadow, a clash of ancient magic and raw, untamed power. Each side employed their unique strengths. The rogue packs relied on their speed, ferocity, and the element of surprise, while Kale's forces countered with superior discipline, strategic maneuvering, and the dark magic at their king's command. The forest itself seemed to shudder under the weight of the conflict, the trees groaning under the strain of the magical onslaught. The night sky, normally a canvas of stars, was now streaked with bolts of magical energy, illuminating the battlefield in an eerie, ethereal glow. The clash of supernatural forces was a spectacle of both awe-inspiring beauty and horrifying destruction. Werewolves, their forms torn and bleeding, fought with a primal fury, fueled by years of oppression and the burning desire for freedom. Kale's soldiers, though outnumbered and outmatched in terms of raw magical power, held their ground, their discipline, and unwavering loyalty to their king, a testament to their unyielding spirit. The battle raged on, a relentless tempest of violence and magic, a desperate struggle for survival that would decide the fate of the kingdom. The outcome remained uncertain, hanging precariously in the balance, a question mark etched against the backdrop of a sky ablaze with the fiery spectacle of a clash between love, loss, and the bitter taste of revenge. The first act of this war had ended, but the true battle had only just begun. Laya, her silver hair whipping in the wind, stood as a beacon amidst the storm of battle. Her eyes, the color of a stormy sea, reflected the raw power she wielded, a power honed through years of hardship and fueled by a burning desire for justice. She was no longer the heartbroken outcast, the rejected mate. She was a force of nature, a tempest of magic unleashed upon the world. Her magic wasn't merely brute force. It was a symphony of destruction and creation, a dance of light and shadow. She summoned storms with a flick of her wrist, unleashing torrential rains that turned the battlefield into a treacherous mire, hindering Kale's soldiers while empowering the werewolf's swift movements. She wove intricate spells of protection around her allies, shielding them from the worst of the attacks, her magic a comforting embrace in the heart of the chaos. Lila's strategic brilliance was as potent as her magical prowess. She didn't simply unleash her power randomly, she orchestrated its deployment with precision and cunning. She anticipated Kale's moves, anticipating his strategic maneuvers, and countering them with swift, decisive actions. Her mind, sharp and calculating, saw patterns where others saw only chaos, her tactical genius guiding her allies through the maelstrom of battle. She manipulated the very elements to her advantage, summoning gusts of wind to scatter Kale's archers, conjuring earth tremors to disrupt their formations, and weaving illusions that sowed confusion and doubt amongst their ranks. Her spells were not mere attacks. They were strategic maneuvers, carefully calculated to weaken Kale's forces and pave the way for victory. But it wasn't merely her strategic brilliance or her raw power that set Lila apart. It was her unwavering resolve, her unflinching determination that truly defined her. She fought not just for survival, but for justice, for retribution against the man who had once broken her heart. Each spell she cast, each tactical maneuver she executed, was infused with the weight of her past, the burning embers of her sorrow transformed into a relentless engine of power. Lila's power was more than just magic. It was the embodiment of her resilience, her strength, her unwavering spirit. It was a testament to her journey, her transformation from a heartbroken woman into a formidable warrior, a sorceress whose power resonated with the very essence of the land itself. Her actions on the battlefield were not merely a display of magical prowess, but a declaration of independence, a defiant cry against tyranny, and a testament to the indomitable strength of a spirit forged in the fires of heartbreak and betrayal. She was a force to be reckoned with, a woman whose power echoed through the ages, a legend in the making. The final confrontation wasn't a clash of titans, but a slow, agonizing dance of surrender and acceptance. Kale, his armor battered and his body weary, stood before Lila, his gaze no longer filled with the arrogance of a king, but with a haunting vulnerability. The weight of his past actions, the burden of his tyrannical reign, pressed heavily upon him. He had underestimated Lila, underestimated the strength of her magic and the depth of her pain. He saw, in her eyes, not just the anger of a wronged woman, but a deep well of sorrow, a mirroring of the pain that gnawed at his own soul. The battlefield, once a stage for his ruthless ambitions, now served as a stark reminder of his failures. The fallen soldiers, both his own and those of the rogue packs, lay scattered like fallen leaves, a testament to the cost of his pride and his misplaced power. A shift occurred within him, a subtle yet profound transformation. The ruthless king began to relinquish his grip on power, not through defeat, but through a dawning understanding. He witnessed the depth of Lila's strength, not just in her magical abilities, but in her unwavering resolve, her compassion, and the undeniable power of her forgiveness. The weight of his crown, once a symbol of his dominance, felt like a shackle, suffocating him. He realized his reign had been built on fear and oppression, and that true leadership lay not in control, but in sacrifice and understanding. His heart, long hardened by years of power, began to soften, and he recognized the devastating consequences of his actions. The realization struck him with the force of a physical blow. His people, who he had ruled with an iron fist, were not subjects to be controlled, but individuals deserving of respect and compassion. He had mistaken strength for cruelty, power for oppression. He had to atone for his past mistakes, not through hollow words, but through meaningful action. With a newfound clarity, Kale made a choice. He would not fight Lila anymore. He would not cling to his crumbling throne. Instead, he would surrender his power, not as a sign of weakness, but as an act of redemption. He would use his remaining strength to rebuild what he had destroyed, to heal the wounds he had inflicted upon his kingdom. His sacrifice would not be a grand gesture, but a quiet act of service, a life dedicated to repairing the damage he had caused. In that moment, he found not just redemption, but a glimmer of hope, a chance to earn back not just the respect of his people, but also the forgiveness of the woman he had once so deeply wronged. The path ahead would be arduous, but the king's sacrifice was a necessary first step. The aftermath of war was a strange tableau. A battlefield strewn with wreckage, yet bathed in the soft glow of a nascent hope. Lila, her power now tempered with compassion, looked upon the fallen, her heart heavy with the cost of conflict, yet lighter with the weight of vengeance lifted. Kale, stripped of his crown and his arrogance, stood beside her, his gaze fixed on the horizon, a stark contrast to the imperious king she had once known. Their connection, once severed by bitterness and betrayal, began to mend, not in grand pronouncements of love, but in shared silences and unspoken understanding. They worked side by side, tending to the wounded, their hands brushing occasionally, sending shivers of unexpected intimacy down their spines. The shared experience of loss, of the brutal reality of war, forged a bond stronger than any magic. Evenings were spent amidst the ruins of the castle, the crackling fire casting dancing shadows that mirrored the turmoil in their hearts. They spoke of their pasts, their voices low and hesitant at first, then growing stronger, more open as trust blossomed between them. Lila revealed the depth of her pain, the wounds inflicted by Kale's rejection, and he listened, his heart aching with remorse. He confessed his regrets, his tyrannical reign a haunting reminder of his past mistakes. His vulnerability disarmed her, stripping away the layers of anger and resentment that had shielded her heart. She saw in his eyes not just remorse, but a genuine desire for redemption, a willingness to atone for his sins. It was in these quiet moments, amidst the ruins of a shattered kingdom, that their love began to bloom, not as a fiery passion, but as a slow, gentle unfolding of hearts long closed to love. The moon, a silent witness to their shared grief and burgeoning affection, cast its ethereal light upon them, illuminating their faces, highlighting the subtle changes in their expressions. They were two souls scarred by the past, yet finding solace and healing in each other's presence. Their love wasn't a fairy tale romance, but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the transformative power of forgiveness, and the unexpected beauty that can emerge from the ashes of destruction. The rebuilding of the kingdom became a shared endeavor, a testament to their newfound partnership. They worked together, side by side, not as king and queen, but as equals, their love a silent force that fueled their efforts, binding them together in a shared purpose. Their love story was not one of effortless romance, but a poignant narrative of redemption, forgiveness, and the blossoming of a fragile hope amidst the ruins of a broken world. It was a love born of chaos, tempered by loss, and strengthened by the shared journey of rebuilding a kingdom and mending broken hearts. The air crackled with anticipation, a palpable tension hanging heavy over the battlefield. The clash wasn't merely a conflict of armies, but a collision of ideologies, the brutal reign of a fallen king versus the burgeoning freedom of a people yearning for change. Kale's remaining loyalists, their numbers dwindling, formed a desperate shield around their former leader, their eyes reflecting a mixture of fear and unwavering loyalty. Opposite them, the rogue packs, their numbers bolstered by Lila's strategic alliances, stood poised, a force of nature unleashed. Lila, astride her magnificent wolf, surveyed the scene, her gaze sweeping across the battlefield. She was no longer driven by vengeance, but by a fierce determination to secure a future free from tyranny. Her magic, potent and controlled, flowed through her like a river, a source of both power and compassion. She signaled her forces, a silent command that echoed across the battlefield, understood not through words, but through the shared language of their shared struggle. The battle commenced with a roar, a chaotic maelstrom of claws, teeth, and magic. Werewolves clashed, their howls piercing the air, a symphony of fury and desperation. Lila, her movements fluid and graceful, danced through the melee, her magic weaving intricate patterns of protection and destruction. She shielded her allies, her spells deflecting blows and bolstering their strength, while simultaneously unleashing devastating attacks against Kale's forces. Kale, once a master strategist, watched the battle unfold with a grim determination. He fought not with the arrogance of a king, but with the desperate resolve of a man seeking redemption. He moved with a calculated precision, his every move a testament to his years of military training. His loyalists fought with the ferocity born of despair, their loyalty a testament to the bonds of kinship and the shared fear of a future under Lila's rule. The tide of battle shifted back and forth, a brutal dance of victory and defeat. The clash of magic and brute force created a spectacle of supernatural power, a breathtaking display of raw energy that illuminated the darkening sky. The ground trembled under the impact of spells and the weight of bodies, a grim testament to the cost of war. Yet, it wasn't brute force that would decide the outcome. It was strategy, and it was Lila's unwavering resolve that tipped the scales. With a series of carefully planned maneuvers, she outwitted Kale, her magic disrupting his formations, isolating his forces, and forcing him into a desperate, final stand. The battle culminated in a heart-stopping showdown between Lila and Kale, a clash not of physical strength, but of wills, a battle fought not with weapons, but with the raw power of their shared history and the weight of their badia. Mutual desires. The outcome would determine not only the fate of the kingdom, but the future of their entwined destinies. The dust settled, a thick, choking cloud hanging heavy in the air, obscuring the ravaged landscape. Silence descended, broken only by the whimpers of the wounded and the mournful howl of a lone wolf mourning its fallen packmate. Victory had been hard won, a brutal testament to the cost of peace. Lila, her body aching, her magic depleted, stood amidst the carnage, her heart heavy with the weight of loss. The battlefield was a tapestry of sorrow, a testament to the brutal price of freedom. The scent of blood hung heavy in the air, mingling with the earthy aroma of the freshly turned soil. Each fallen warrior, both friend and foe, represented a life lost, a story left untold. Lila's gaze fell upon the faces of her fallen allies, their expressions frozen in a silent scream of anguish. Their sacrifice would not be in vain. Kale, his armor battered and torn, lay beside her, his breath ragged, his eyes mirroring her own sorrow. He had fought valiantly, his loyalty to his people undeniable, even in defeat. He reached for her hand, his touch weak but reassuring, a silent acknowledgement of their shared burden. Their victory was bittersweet, tainted by the profound loss that had bought them peace. The silence was broken by the soft cries of the wounded, a chorus of pain that resonated through the ravaged landscape. Lila, drawing upon the last vestiges of her magic, began to heal, her touch gentle yet potent, easing the suffering of both friend and foe. She moved among the fallen, her heart aching with every life she touched, her magic a balm to their wounds, a symbol of her commitment to a future free from the violence that had scarred their world. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long, somber shadows across the battlefield. As darkness embraced the land, a profound sense of grief settled upon Lila and Kale, a shared sorrow that bound them together. Their love, born amidst chaos and conflict, had weathered the storm, but at a devastating cost. The scars of battle were visible not only on their bodies, but etched deep into their souls. They had won the battle, but the war was far from over. The task of rebuilding their shattered world lay ahead, a monumental challenge that would require not only strength and resilience, but also a profound commitment to healing and forgiveness. Their journey was far from over, a new chapter beginning amidst the ruins of the old, a testament to their enduring love and unwavering determination to forge a brighter future. The victory was theirs, but the price of peace would forever be etched into their memories, a constant reminder of the sacrifices made to secure a future free from tyranny. The dawn broke, painting the ravaged landscape in hues of soft pink and gentle gold, a stark contrast to the brutal darkness that had preceded it. But the scars of war remained, etched deep into the earth, a grim reminder of the battles fought and the lives lost. Yet, amidst the devastation, a fragile hope began to bloom, nurtured by the unwavering determination of Laya and Kale. The rebuilding began, not with grand pronouncements or sweeping declarations, but with small, deliberate acts of kindness and compassion. Laya, drawing upon her potent magic, mended the fractured earth, coaxing life back into the barren soil. Her touch, once wielded as a weapon, now served as a balm, restoring vitality to the wounded land. Kale, stripped of his kingly robes, worked alongside his people, his hands calloused and scarred, his spirit humbled by the weight of his past actions. The process was arduous, fraught with challenges and setbacks. The physical wounds healed slowly, leaving behind a tapestry of scars that served as a constant reminder of the battles fought. But the emotional wounds were deeper, more insidious, requiring patience, understanding, and unwavering support. Laya and Kale, bound by their shared grief and their mutual desire for redemption, offered each other solace, their love a beacon of hope amidst the darkness. They established healing centers, providing medical care and emotional support to the wounded. They organized work crews, assigning tasks based on individual abilities, fostering a sense of community and shared purpose. They listened to the stories of the survivors, their hearts aching with each tale of loss and suffering. The process was slow, painstaking, but it was a process of healing, a collective journey toward restoration. The rebuilding extended beyond the physical realm. Laya and Kale worked tirelessly to restore trust, to rebuild the fractured bonds between the people. They established councils, inviting representatives from all factions to participate in the decision-making process. They encouraged dialogue, fostering an atmosphere of cooperation and understanding. Their leadership was not one of dominance, but of service, inspiring their people to work together, to rebuild their lives and their community. As the kingdom began to heal, so too did Laya and Kale. Their love, forged in the crucible of war, grew stronger, deeper, enriched by their shared experience and their unwavering commitment to each other. They faced the future, not with fear or trepidation, but with a quiet confidence born of resilience and hope. Their kingdom, reborn from the ashes of war, stood as a testament to their enduring love, their unwavering determination, and their profound belief in the power of forgiveness and redemption. The wounds were deep, but the spirit of the kingdom, like the love between Laya and Kale, was indomitable. Years passed, marked not by the clash of steel and the roar of battle, but by the steady rhythm of progress and the quiet hum of rebuilding. The land, once scarred and broken, bloomed anew, a testament to the resilience of its people and the unwavering leadership of Laya and Kale. Their joint reign was not a forced union, but a harmonious partnership, born from shared loss and a mutual commitment to justice. The old kingdom, shattered by war and tyranny, was reborn, transformed into a beacon of unity and prosperity. Gone were the days of fear and oppression, replaced by an era of cooperation and mutual respect. Laya, with her innate wisdom and her powerful magic, guided the kingdom's spiritual and mystical growth. She established schools where the arts of healing and protection were taught, fostering a new generation of skilled practitioners. Her touch, once used in battle, now served to nurture and heal. Kale, shedding his former ruthlessness, embraced a leadership style built on compassion and understanding. He oversaw the construction of new villages and towns, ensuring fairness and equity in the distribution of resources. He learned to listen to his people, to value their input, to understand their needs, and to govern not by decree, but by consensus. His former rigidity softened, replaced by a quiet strength and a deep understanding of the weight of responsibility. Their love story, a tale of betrayal and forgiveness, became a legend whispered among the people, a symbol of hope and reconciliation. Their bond, forged in the fires of conflict, shone brightly, illuminating the path towards a brighter future. They governed not as king and queen, but as partners, each complementing the other's strengths, creating a harmonious balance of power and compassion. The kingdom flourished under their joint rule, a testament to the transformative power of love and forgiveness. Justice was swift and fair, ensuring that all citizens, regardless of their background or beliefs, were treated with dignity and respect. Trade flourished, enriching the kingdom and improving the lives of its citizens. The arts thrived, inspiring creativity and celebrating the resilience of the human spirit. The once divided kingdom was now a unified whole, its people bound together by shared purpose and a common vision for the future. Laya and Kale had not only rebuilt their kingdom, they had rebuilt their relationship, transforming their love into a powerful force for good, a beacon of hope in a world that had once been consumed by darkness. The reign of unity had begun, a new era of peace and prosperity, a testament to the enduring power of love, forgiveness, and the shared commitment to build a better world from the ashes of the past. Their story, a tale of love, war, and ultimate redemption, became a legend that echoed through the ages. The weight of the past hung heavy, a shroud woven from betrayal, bloodshed, and the bitter sting of rejection. Yet, within the heart of this ravaged land, a different kind of magic began to bloom, the magic of forgiveness. For Laya and Kale, the path to healing was not a straight line, but a winding journey fraught with doubt, regret, and the ever-present ghosts of their shared history. Laya, once consumed by rage and a thirst for revenge, found herself grappling with the complexities of her own emotions. The victory, hard-won and devastatingly costly, brought little solace. The faces of the fallen, both friend and foe, haunted her waking hours. She carried the burden of her choices, the knowledge that even in righteous fury, lives had been lost. But within the depths of her sorrow, a flicker of understanding ignited. Forgiveness, she realized, was not about condoning past actions, but about releasing the grip of bitterness that held her captive. Kale's journey was equally arduous. The weight of his tyrannical rule bore down on him, a crushing burden of guilt and remorse. He had ruled with an iron fist, blinded by ambition and a thirst for power. The scars of war were etched not only on his land, but deep within his soul. His transformation was not instantaneous, but a slow, painstaking process of self-reflection and profound change. He had to confront the monster he had become, to acknowledge the pain he had inflicted, and to truly repent for his actions. He learned that true power lay not in domination, but in service and compassion. Their shared journey towards forgiveness was not without its trials. Old wounds reopened, old memories resurfaced, threatening to engulf them in a maelstrom of pain and resentment. Yet, their love, tested and refined by fire, proved stronger than any obstacle. They learned to listen to each other, to validate each other's pain, to offer solace and support without judgment. They understood that forgiveness was not a passive act, but an active choice, a constant effort to let go of the past and embrace a new future. The rebuilding of their kingdom was a reflection of their inner transformation. It was not just about bricks and mortar, but about rebuilding trust, fostering reconciliation, and creating a society built on compassion and justice. They learned that forgiveness was not just for others, but for themselves. It was about releasing the weight of their past mistakes and embracing the possibility of a brighter future. A future where love, hope, and the promise of second chances could flourish. Their story became a testament to the enduring power of forgiveness, a beacon of hope for a world scarred by conflict, proving that even the deepest wounds can heal, given time, compassion, and the unwavering belief in the possibility of redemption. Their love, reborn from the ashes of their past, became a symbol of hope for all. Their love story wasn't a fairy tale, untouched by the harsh realities of war and betrayal. It was a tapestry woven with threads of pain, sacrifice, and a fierce determination to overcome insurmountable odds. Their reunion, far from a romantic embrace, was a clash of wills, a battle fought not only on the fields of war, but within the chambers of their hearts. Yet, even amidst the chaos and destruction, a spark remained, a stubborn ember of affection refusing to be extinguished. The war had tested the limits of their resilience, pushing them to the brink of despair. They had witnessed horrors unspeakable, lost loved ones, and faced the crushing weight of responsibility for the fate of their kingdom. Their bond, forged in the crucible of conflict, was not easily broken. It was a testament to the enduring power of love, a force that transcended even the deepest wounds and most bitter resentments. Laya, the powerful sorceress, had learned to temper her fiery spirit with compassion. She understood that true strength wasn't found solely in wielding magic, but in the ability to forgive, to heal, and to build a better future. Kale, the once ruthless king, discovered that true power lay not in domination, but in service and understanding. He shed his tyrannical skin, revealing a man capable of profound empathy and unwavering devotion. Their journey towards reconciliation was a testament to their unwavering commitment to each other. They faced their demons together, confronting the ghosts of their past with courage and unwavering support. They leaned on each other for strength, offering comfort and understanding in moments of vulnerability. Their shared grief bound them tighter, forging a bond stronger than any magic spell. The rebuilding of their kingdom mirrored their own personal transformation. Each stone laid, each field tilled, each life touched, was a testament to their shared love and their determination to create a better world. They governed not as adversaries, but as partners, their strengths complementing each other, creating a harmonious balance of power and compassion. Their love story became a symbol of hope, a beacon illuminating the path towards a brighter future. Their reign was not without its challenges, but their love remained their anchor, their guiding star, leading them through the storms of adversity. They proved that love, true love, could endure even the most devastating blows, transforming pain into strength and forging an unbreakable bond that would withstand the test of time. Theirs was a love story for the ages, a testament to the power of forgiveness, resilience, and the enduring strength of a love that conquered all. Their kingdom, reborn from the ashes of war, stood as a monument to their enduring love, a shining example of hope and reconciliation for generations to come. The dawn of their joint reign was not a fairy tale beginning, but a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness and shared purpose. Gone were the days of tyrannical rule, and bitter rebellion in their place. Stood a partnership forged in the fires of adversity, tempered by mutual respect and a shared vision for their kingdom. Kale, once a symbol of fear, now embodied strength tempered with compassion. Laya, the fiery sorceress, channeled her power into nurturing and healing, her magic weaving a tapestry of prosperity and peace. Their leadership was a symphony of contrasting strengths. Kale's experience in governance, honed through years of albeit flawed rule, provided the structure and stability the kingdom desperately needed. Laya's intuitive understanding of her people, her deep connection to the land, and her powerful magic brought about a wave of unprecedented growth and prosperity. They ruled not as king and queen, but as partners, their decisions born from collaborative discussions, their policies reflecting the needs and desires of their people. Their court was a vibrant reflection of this newfound unity. The once stark and imposing castle now echoed with laughter and the hum of activity. The air, once thick with fear and suspicion, now vibrated with hope and optimism. They fostered an environment of collaboration, bringing together individuals from all walks of life, regardless of their past allegiances. The kingdom, once divided by conflict, was now united by a shared vision of a brighter future. Their commitment to their people was unwavering. They implemented policies that fostered economic growth, ensured access to education and healthcare, and protected the environment. They listened to their concerns, addressed their grievances, and celebrated their successes. They led by example, their actions reflecting their commitment to justice, fairness, and equality. Their reign was not merely a period of rebuilding, but a renaissance, a rebirth of hope, unity, and prosperity. The transformation was not merely superficial. It was a profound shift in the very fabric of their society, a reflection of the internal transformation that both Kale and Laya had undergone. Their love story, once a tale of betrayal and conflict, had become a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of forgiveness, resilience, and the transformative potential of true love. Their united reign was not just a period of peace and prosperity, but a testament to the enduring strength of their bond, a symbol of hope for a future where love conquers all. The kingdom flourished under their joint rule, a testament to the power of collaboration, compassion, and the unwavering dedication of a king and queen who had learned to rule not through fear, but through love. The sun rose each morning on a kingdom reborn, its fields lush and vibrant, its cities bustling with activity. The scars of war remained, etched into the very landscape, but they were now reminders of resilience, not defeat. They served as testaments to the strength of a people who had risen from the ashes, their spirits unbroken, their hope renewed. The air hummed with a palpable energy, a blend of magic and industry, reflecting the dynamic partnership at the heart of their nation's revival. Children played freely in sun-drenched squares, their laughter echoing through the cobblestone streets. Merchants bartered in lively marketplaces, their voices a symphony of commerce and community. The once desolate fields were now bursting with life, their bounty a symbol of the kingdom's revitalized prosperity. This was not merely a recovery. It was a transformation, a blossoming of hope and promise that extended to every corner of the land. The magic that once fueled conflict now served as a catalyst for progress. Lila's mastery, once used to wage war, was now channeled into healing the land, restoring its natural beauty, and enhancing its agricultural potential. Her spells brought forth bountiful harvests, revitalized depleted resources, and fostered a harmonious relationship between the kingdom and the natural world. The land responded to her touch, mirroring the peace and prosperity that had settled over its people. Kale, once a symbol of ruthless power, now embodied wise leadership. He fostered an environment where creativity and innovation flourished, where the arts thrived, and where education was valued above all else. He championed justice and equality, ensuring that every citizen had a voice and a stake in the kingdom's future. His rule was not one of domination, but of stewardship, reflecting his profound understanding of the responsibilities of leadership. Theirs was a reign marked not by conquest, but by collaboration, not by fear, but by mutual respect. Their love story, once marred by conflict and betrayal, had become a legend whispered in hushed tones, a tale of redemption and reconciliation, a beacon of hope for a brighter future. It was a testament to the enduring power of love, a love that had healed not only their own hearts, but the very soul of their kingdom. The future stretched before them, a boundless expanse of possibilities, promising a legacy of peace, prosperity, and unwavering love for generations to come. Their kingdom, reborn from the ashes of war, stood as a testament to their enduring love, a shining example of hope and reconciliation for all eternity. Generations would pass, whispering their names, Kale and Laya, not as conquerors or adversaries, but as architects of peace, as beacons of a love that transcended betrayal and rebuilt a shattered world. Their legacy extended far beyond the borders of their kingdom. It resonated across the land, a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness and the enduring strength of a love that healed a nation. Their story, woven into the very fabric of the kingdom's history, became a source of inspiration, a symbol of hope for those who had known hardship and despair. Children would learn of their turbulent past, not to glorify conflict, but to understand the devastating consequences of hatred and the profound rewards of reconciliation. The tales of their shared reign would become cautionary fables, highlighting the importance of empathy, understanding, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. The kingdom they built would flourish, a testament to their combined wisdom and unwavering dedication. Its prosperity would extend beyond material wealth, encompassing a vibrant culture, a robust economy, and a society built on principles of equality and justice. The arts would thrive, expressing the kingdom's newfound peace and prosperity. Scholars would pore over their decrees, studying their leadership style, their decision-making processes, and the profound impact they had on their people. Their love story, once a tale of heartbreak and betrayal, would be reinterpreted as a powerful allegory, a symbol of resilience, healing, and the transformative potential of love. It would be celebrated in songs, poems, and theatrical productions, inspiring generations to strive for unity, forgiveness, and the pursuit of a better future. Their combined legacy would become a touchstone for future rulers, a reminder that true leadership is not about wielding power, but about serving the people with compassion and understanding. The influence of their reign would extend far beyond the physical realm. The magic they wielded together, once a source of conflict, would become a powerful symbol of unity and cooperation, inspiring future generations of sorcerers and mages to use their gifts for the betterment of society. Their combined power, harnessed for the good of their people, would leave an indelible mark on the magical landscape, shaping the very essence of the kingdom's magical heritage. And so, the story of Kale and Laya would live on, not as a cautionary tale of conflict, but as an epic saga of redemption, a testament to the enduring power of love, forgiveness, and the remarkable ability of two individuals to transform a kingdom ravaged by war into a beacon of hope and prosperity, leaving a legacy of unity, peace, and lasting love that would resonate throughout the ages. Their reign, a testament to the power of second chances, would inspire hope and remind future generations that even from the deepest darkness, the most radiant light can emerge. The echoes of war, once deafening, now faded into a whisper, a distant memory in the hearts of a people who had learned the true cost of division. Kale and Laya, once locked in a bitter struggle, had shown the way towards a future where unity, not conflict, reigned supreme. Their joint reign was not merely a political arrangement, it was a powerful symbol of reconciliation, a testament to the transformative power of shared purpose. The scars of the past remained, etched into the very stones of the kingdom, but they served as a constant reminder of the fragility of peace and the importance of vigilance. The people, having witnessed the devastating consequences of their own divisions, embraced the newfound unity with a fervor that surprised even its architects. They understood that their strength lay not in individual prowess, but in their collective resolve, their shared commitment to a brighter future. Kale and Laya's leadership transcended mere governance. It became a living embodiment of their philosophy, a philosophy that prioritized collaboration over competition, understanding over judgment, and forgiveness over retribution. They fostered an environment where diverse voices were not only heard, but celebrated, where differences were seen as strengths, and where unity was not merely an ideal, but a tangible reality. Their actions inspired a ripple effect, spreading throughout the kingdom and beyond. Disputes that once threatened to escalate into conflict were resolved through dialogue and compromise. Long-standing grudges were forgiven, and bridges were built across divides that had existed for generations. The kingdom, once fractured and torn apart, was slowly but surely being mended, stitch by stitch, heart by heart. This unity extended beyond the human realm. The very land seemed to respond to the newfound harmony, its magic flourishing once more, its resources replenished, its beauty restored. The natural world, once scarred by war, healed alongside the people, reflecting their shared commitment to a peaceful coexistence. The transformation was not merely superficial, it was a profound shift in consciousness, a collective awakening to the power of unity. Kale and Lila's legacy extended beyond their own lifetime, becoming a guiding principle for future generations. Their story, passed down through generations, served as a constant reminder that even the most deeply entrenched divisions could be overcome, that even the bitterest enemies could find common ground, and that the strength of a nation lay not in its military might, but in its unity of purpose and its unwavering commitment to peace. Their reign became a powerful symbol of hope, a testament to the enduring power of reconciliation, and a beacon of unity for all time. The winds of change swept across the kingdom, carrying with them the scent of a new dawn. Under Kale and Lila's shared rule, the rigid societal structures that had once defined their world began to crumble, replaced by a more fluid, inclusive order. The rigid caste system, a relic of a bygone era of oppression, was dismantled, its foundations shattered by the very people it had once sought to control. Differences, once sources of conflict and division, were now celebrated as strengths. The unique skills and perspectives of every citizen, regardless of their background or lineage, were recognized and valued. The kingdom's vibrant tapestry was woven with threads of diverse cultures, beliefs, and traditions, each contributing to the richness and complexity of their shared identity. Magic, once a source of fear and oppression, was now embraced as a tool for progress and healing. The sorcerers and mages, once ostracized and persecuted, were integrated into the fabric of society, their talents contributing to the overall well-being of the kingdom. The fear and prejudice that had once surrounded their craft dissipated, replaced by a newfound respect and understanding. The rigid gender roles that had confined individuals to predetermined paths were challenged and ultimately overturned. Women, once relegated to secondary positions, now held positions of power and influence, their voices heard and their contributions valued. The kingdom blossomed under the leadership of both a powerful sorceress and a reformed king, demonstrating the potential for equality and shared governance. This transformation was not achieved overnight. It required a fundamental shift in mindset, a collective willingness to embrace change, and a shared commitment to creating a more just and equitable society. The process was not without its challenges. Resistance emerged from those who clung to the old ways, but their voices were eventually drowned out by the chorus of those who yearned for a better future. Kale and Laya, through their actions and their unwavering commitment to social justice, inspired a profound shift in the kingdom's collective consciousness. They demonstrated that true strength lay not in dominance or control, but in collaboration, understanding, and the empowerment of every individual. Their legacy was not merely a political one, but a social and spiritual transformation that redefined the very essence of their kingdom, transforming it from a land of oppression to a beacon of hope and inclusivity. The kingdom's rebirth was a testament to the power of acceptance, the beauty of diversity, and the enduring strength of a society built on the principles of equality and understanding. Their paths had once been set on a collision course, a destiny seemingly etched in stone. But Laya and Kale, amidst the ruins of their shattered world, discovered the power of choice, the ability to rewrite their narrative, to shape their destiny anew. The war, a brutal testament to their past mistakes, became the crucible in which they forged a new future, one built not on conflict, but on reconciliation. Laya, the powerful sorceress, had initially chosen rebellion, a path fueled by righteous anger and a desire for justice. Her rejection by Kale, a rejection that stemmed from his own deep-seated insecurities and fear, had ignited a fire within her, a fire that threatened to consume the very kingdom they both ruled. Yet, even in the midst of the conflict, a flicker of hope remained, a recognition of the shared responsibility they bore for the devastation wrought. Kale, the ruthless king, had once embraced tyranny, allowing his fear and pride to dictate his actions. His reign, marked by oppression and cruelty, was a direct consequence of his choices, a testament to the devastating impact of unchecked power. But the war, with its horrific consequences, shattered his illusions, forcing him to confront the true cost of his actions and to embrace the possibility of redemption. Their individual journeys, though fraught with pain and regret, were ultimately intertwined, leading them towards a shared destiny. The choices they made in the aftermath of the war, choices fueled by courage, humility, and a shared commitment to healing, determined the course of the kingdom's future, transforming it from a land of conflict to a beacon of hope. Their reign, a testament to their transformed selves, showcased the power of individual agency to overcome even the most entrenched patterns of behavior. Their story became a powerful lesson for generations to come, that destiny is not a fixed entity, but rather a tapestry woven from the threads of individual choices. Every decision, no matter how seemingly insignificant, contributes to the larger narrative, shaping not only individual lives but the destiny of entire kingdoms. The choices they made, born from the ashes of their past, underscored the transformative power of self-reflection, forgiveness, and the courage to embrace a new path, even amidst the ruins of the old. Their journey served as a beacon, illuminating the path for others to choose their own destinies, to shape their futures, and to create a world where hope triumphs over despair, and love transcends even the deepest wounds. Their legacy was not merely a reign, but a testament to the enduring power of choice, a reminder that even amidst the darkest of times, hope and change remain within reach. The future stretched before them, an uncharted territory shrouded in both uncertainty and promise. The war had left its scars, deep wounds etched upon the land and in their hearts. Yet, in the shared gaze that passed between Laya and Kale, a new dawn emerged, a testament to their willingness to embrace the unknown, to forge a future together, hand in hand. Their love story, once a tale of rejection and bitter conflict, was now being rewritten, its pages filled with the ink of forgiveness, reconciliation, and a shared commitment to building a better world. The path ahead was not without its challenges. The scars of the past lingered, casting long shadows over their present. But in each other's eyes, they found the strength to navigate the uncertainties, to face the obstacles that lay ahead with unwavering determination. Their bond, forged in the fires of conflict, was now tempered by understanding, respect, and a deep-seated love that transcended their differences. The kingdom, once torn asunder by war, was slowly healing, its people finding solace in the newfound peace and prosperity that reigned under their joint rule. But their journey was far from over. Their shared destiny beckoned, calling them towards a future yet unwritten. The transformation of their kingdom was a reflection of their own personal growth, a testament to their ability to overcome adversity and emerge stronger, wiser, and more deeply connected. Their willingness to embrace the unknown, to step into the uncertain future with open hearts and minds, was a testament to their evolving relationship, a symbol of their unwavering commitment to each other and to the people they governed. Their shared vision, a future painted with hues of hope, equality, and prosperity, inspired those around them. Their love story became a legend, a reminder that even the most fractured relationships can be mended, but even the deepest wounds can heal, and that even in the face of insurmountable odds, love can triumph. Their journey served as a beacon of hope for all who witnessed their transformation, a testament to the power of forgiveness, the strength of unity, and the enduring promise of a shared future. The unknown held both challenges and opportunities, but together, they were ready to face whatever destiny held in store. Their love story became a symbol of hope, not just for their kingdom, but for all who believe in the power of love to conquer even the most seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The echoes of war had faded, replaced by the quiet hum of a kingdom reborn. Under Laya and Kale's joint rule, a new equilibrium had been established, a delicate balance of power that fostered peace and prosperity. The once fractured society, scarred by conflict and mistrust, was slowly knitting itself back together, stronger and more resilient than before. No longer were the different supernatural factions locked in a struggle for dominance. The werewolves, once fiercely territorial and prone to conflict, now found common ground with the sorcerers, their ancient rivalries replaced by mutual respect and cooperation. The elves, renowned for their wisdom and diplomacy, played a crucial role in mediating disputes and fostering understanding between the various groups. Their combined wisdom and strength ensured a harmonious coexistence, a testament to the transformative power of leadership. The new balance of power wasn't simply a matter of political maneuvering, it was a reflection of a profound shift in societal values. The oppressive structures that had fueled conflict and inequality were dismantled, replaced by a system that valued inclusivity, equality, and shared governance. Each faction had a voice, a stake in the future of the kingdom, ensuring that every decision reflected the needs and aspirations of all its inhabitants. The once feared king, Kale, had undergone a remarkable transformation. His ruthless ambition had been tempered by compassion and understanding. He learned the true meaning of leadership, understanding that true power lay not in domination, but in service to his people. His past mistakes, once a source of shame and regret, became a catalyst for change, fueling his commitment to building a better world. Laya, the powerful sorceress, used her magic not for destruction, but for healing and protection. Her wisdom and insight guided the kingdom's transformation, ensuring that the new balance of power was not merely superficial, but deeply rooted in social justice and equality. Her past rejection fueled her determination to create a society where everyone felt valued and respected. The kingdom thrived under their united leadership, a testament to the power of reconciliation and the transformative potential of a love story forged in the fires of adversity. The establishment of this new equilibrium was not just a political achievement, but a spiritual one, a reflection of the profound shift in consciousness that had swept through the land. It was a world where the magic of unity superseded the power of conflict, a world where the balance of power was not a source of fear, but a foundation of peace and prosperity. Years turned into decades, the tapestry of time weaving a new pattern over the land. Laya and Kale, their faces etched with the wisdom of ages, watched as their legacy unfolded. Their kingdom, once a battlefield, bloomed with a vibrant energy, a testament to their enduring love and unwavering commitment. Children, born under the banner of peace, played in sun-drenched meadows, their laughter echoing through valleys once scarred by war. The stories of Laya and Kale, whispered from generation to generation, became legends, tales of forgiveness, reconciliation, and the triumph of love over hate. Their shared reign was not merely a period in history, it was a foundation upon which a new era was built, an era defined by unity, equality, and prosperity. The children, raised in a world free from the shadow of conflict, inherited not only their kingdom, but also the values that had shaped it. A new generation of leaders emerged, inheriting the mantle of responsibility from Laya and Kale. These young rulers, infused with the spirit of their predecessors, carried the torch of peace and justice, ensuring that the hard-won harmony would endure. They embraced the lessons learned from the past, understanding the delicate balance of power that had been so painstakingly forged. The legacy of Lila and Kale extended far beyond the borders of their kingdom. Their story became a beacon of hope for other lands, inspiring leaders to find common ground, to overcome their differences, and to build bridges instead of walls. Their tale served as a testament to the transformative power of love, showing the world that even the deepest wounds could heal, even the bitterest conflicts could be resolved. The cycle continued, not as a repetition of the past, but as an evolution of their legacy. The children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren of Lila and Kale carried their values forward, ensuring that the seeds of peace, planted in the soil of forgiveness, would continue to flourish for generations to come. The kingdom prospered, not just materially, but spiritually, a society enriched by the lessons learned, and guided by the enduring spirit of two souls who had once been locked in a bitter conflict, but who ultimately found redemption in love. Their story became a timeless reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can emerge, and that love can heal the deepest of wounds. The future, once uncertain, now shone with the promise of a lasting peace, a testament to the enduring legacy of a sorceress and a king who chose love over war. Their love story wasn't a fairy tale, neatly packaged with a happy beginning and a predictable end. It was a tempestuous saga, a whirlwind of conflict and reconciliation, a testament to the enduring power of the human, or rather, supernatural spirit. It began with a rejection, a shattering of trust that plunged them into a war that threatened to consume their world. Lila, the powerful sorceress, wounded and betrayed, unleashed her magic, a force as potent as her heartbreak. Kale, the ruthless king, hardened by ambition and loss, met her fury with unwavering resolve. Their battles echoed through the land, a clash of wills and magic that shook the very foundations of their kingdom. Yet, even amidst the chaos and destruction, a flicker of something else remained, a spark of the connection that had once burned so brightly between them. It was a love forged in the crucible of conflict, a love that refused to be extinguished, even as their world crumbled around them. The Pyrrhic victory, the shared burden of rebuilding their shattered kingdom, forced them to confront the consequences of their actions. The ashes of their war became the fertile ground for a new beginning, a chance to rebuild not only their land, but also the fractured pieces of their hearts. The path to reconciliation was long and arduous, fraught with pain, doubt, and the ghosts of their past. But through it all, their love, though wounded, proved resilient, tenacious, a force that even their magical battles could not destroy. Their joint reign was a love letter to their people, a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness and the strength found in shared purpose. They governed not as adversaries but as partners, their differing strengths complementing each other, creating a harmonious balance that brought peace and prosperity to their once war-torn land. Their love story became a beacon of hope, a legend whispered across the realms, a tale of two souls who, despite their differences and past conflicts, found redemption in each other's arms. It was a love story for the ages, an epic romance, etched not in flowery prose, but in the very fabric of their kingdom's rebirth. It was a story of forgiveness, resilience, and the unwavering power of love to heal even the deepest wounds, to mend even the most shattered of hearts. Their love was a force of nature, a mystical bond that transcended the boundaries of magic and power, proving that even the most formidable obstacles could not stand against the enduring strength of two souls destined to be together. This was more than a love story. It was a testament to the enduring human spirit, a beacon of hope for a world forever changed by their epic romance. The tale of Lila and Kale is not merely a love story. It's a profound exploration of power dynamics, the sting of rejection, and the transformative potential of second chances. Lila, a sorceress of immense power, found herself rejected by the very alpha she believed destined to be her mate. This rejection, this shattering of her expectations, ignited a fire within her, a potent cocktail of grief and fury that fueled her war against Kale. Her power, once a source of pride and connection, became a weapon, a means of exacting revenge and rebuilding her shattered sense of self. Kale, the ruthless king, wielded a different kind of power, the power of authority, the power of the crown. His reign, though initially marked by tyranny, was also a response to the challenges of his realm. His actions, born from a place of fear and insecurity, ultimately led to the conflict that shattered his world. He held immense power, but it was a power that ultimately proved insufficient to protect him from the consequences of his choices, from the devastating repercussions of his actions. Their conflict wasn't simply a clash of magical abilities, it was a confrontation between different expressions of power, a battle between the raw, untamed magic of Lila and the structured, controlled authority of Kale. It was a reflection of the complexities of power itself, its potential for both creation and destruction, its capacity to both uplift and crush. The rejection Lila faced became the catalyst for her transformation. It stripped away her naivete, forcing her to confront the harsh realities of her world and to embrace the full extent of her power. The war, though devastating, also served as a crucible, forging her into a leader capable of compassion and understanding, a leader who could finally wield her power for the benefit of her people. For Kale, the consequences of his actions forced him to confront his own flaws, to acknowledge the damage he had inflicted. He was stripped of his arrogance, his unchecked ambition humbled by the devastation he had wrought. The path to redemption was paved with humility, with a willingness to confront his past and to strive for a better future. Their shared journey underscored the profound truth that even the most seemingly insurmountable obstacles betrayal, rejection, the crushing weight of past mistakes can be overcome with courage, forgiveness, and a willingness to embrace second chances. It was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, to the enduring power of hope in the face of despair. Their story is a powerful reminder that true strength lies not in the wielding of power alone, but in the capacity for empathy, forgiveness, and the transformative force of second chances. Their love story wasn't a simple fairy tale, it was a crucible, forging their destinies in the fires of conflict and loss. The initial rejection, the bitter taste of betrayal, served only to intensify the bond that already existed between them, a bond so profound it could withstand even the most devastating blows. It was a love that defied the boundaries of their magical world, a testament to the enduring strength of the human heart, even when broken and scarred. The war they waged against each other was a reflection of their internal struggles, a manifestation of their pain and disillusionment. Yet, even amidst the chaos and destruction, the embers of their love continued to glow, a stubborn flame refusing to be extinguished by the storm of their conflict. Their battles were not only a contest of magical prowess, but also a desperate dance around the fragile remnants of their connection. The rebuilding of their kingdom mirrored the painstaking process of healing their broken hearts. Each brick laid, each wound tended, was a testament to the strength of their love, a symbol of their shared commitment to a better future. Their joint reign wasn't merely a political alliance, it was a profound expression of their commitment to each other, a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness and reconciliation. Lila, once consumed by rage and a sense of injustice, found her strength renewed by the possibility of a different future, a future where love could conquer even the deepest wounds. Kale, burdened by the weight of his past actions, discovered the true meaning of power, not in domination, but in compassion, understanding, and shared responsibility. Their shared journey was a testament to the idea that love is not a passive force, but an active, dynamic energy capable of reshaping destinies, and forging a new path forward. Their love story transcended the realm of magic and romance. It was a potent symbol of hope, a beacon illuminating the path toward healing and reconciliation. It demonstrated that even the deepest wounds can be mended, that forgiveness can bloom even in the most barren landscapes of the heart. Their love became the cornerstone of their reign, shaping not only their lives but the lives of their people, inspiring generations to come with its message of resilience, forgiveness, and the transformative power of love. It was a love story etched not only in the annals of their kingdom, but also in the very hearts of its people, a legacy of hope and healing that would endure for centuries to come. This was a love that conquered all. The path to redemption was not a straight one, paved with ease and comfort. For Lila, it was a journey of self-discovery, a peeling back of layers of grief and anger to reveal the resilient sorceress beneath. The war, though born of pain and resentment, ultimately served as a catalyst for her growth. It forced her to confront not only Kale but also the shadows within herself, the parts of her that craved power and revenge. The transformation was profound. She learned to channel her magic not for destruction, but for healing, for building a future free from the tyranny she had known. Her journey was a powerful testament to the strength of the human spirit, the capacity for self-forgiveness, and the transformative power of second chances. Kale's journey was equally arduous. The weight of his past actions, the consequences of his tyranny, pressed heavily upon him. He had to confront the man he had become, the king who had ruled through fear and intimidation. The war forced him to acknowledge the depth of his flaws, the extent of the damage he had inflicted. His path to redemption was paved with humility, with a willingness to accept responsibility for his mistakes, and to seek forgiveness, not only from Lila but also from his people. His transformation was a testament to the possibility of change, the capacity for even the most hardened hearts to find compassion and empathy. Their individual journeys were intertwined, their paths converging and diverging, mirroring the complex dance of their relationship. They learned from each other, supporting each other's growth, even as they grappled with their own internal demons. Lila's strength and unwavering spirit challenged Kale's arrogance and self-doubt. Kale's capacity for remorse and his willingness to change inspired Lila to forgive and to look toward the future. Their shared experiences forged a bond stronger than any magic, a testament to the power of resilience and the enduring strength of love. Their transformation was not merely a personal journey, it was a reflection of the transformative potential of their kingdom. The rebuilding of their land mirrored their own inner healing, a testament to the idea that forgiveness and reconciliation can not only mend broken hearts, they can also restore shattered communities. Their journey served as a powerful symbol of hope, inspiring their people to embrace change, to forgive, and to build a future free from the tyranny of the past. Theirs was a story not only of love and redemption, but also of the remarkable capacity for human beings to overcome adversity and to forge a better future from the ashes of the past. Their legacy would serve as a guiding light, a testament to the possibility of second chances, the enduring power of love, and the transformative journey of the human heart. The rebuilding of their kingdom was not a mere restoration. It was a renaissance, a rebirth fueled by a shared vision of a brighter future. No longer driven by conflict and self-interest, Lila and Kale collaborated, their combined strengths creating a synergy that transformed their ravaged land. Lila, with her innate magical abilities, channeled her power not for destruction, but for healing the scarred earth, revitalizing the depleted lands, and weaving enchantments that fostered growth and prosperity. Her touch brought life back to the barren fields, revitalizing the forests, and restoring the balance of nature. Kale, once a tyrannical ruler, now utilized his leadership skills to foster unity and cooperation amongst his people. He listened to their concerns, their hopes, and their dreams. His governance shifted from fear to respect, from oppression to empowerment. He championed justice, ensuring fair treatment for all, regardless of social standing or magical abilities. His reign became a beacon of hope, a symbol of a just and equitable society. Their collaboration extended beyond the practical; it was a partnership of hearts and minds. They established schools and libraries, encouraging learning and intellectual growth. They invested in infrastructure, creating a network of roads and trade routes that connected their people and fostered economic prosperity. They fostered art and culture, celebrating the diversity of their kingdom and promoting a sense of shared identity. They understood that true strength lay not in military might, but in the unity and prosperity of their people. Their shared vision extended beyond the physical realm; it permeated the very spirit of their kingdom. They fostered an atmosphere of tolerance and understanding, where differences were celebrated rather than feared. They embraced innovation, encouraging creativity and entrepreneurship. They established a system of governance that prioritized the well-being of its citizens, ensuring access to education, healthcare, and opportunities for advancement. The kingdom flourished under their combined leadership, becoming a beacon of hope in a world often marred by conflict and strife. Their legacy extended beyond their reign. Their story became a legend, a powerful testament to the transformative power of forgiveness, reconciliation, and shared purpose. Generations to come would learn from their example, inspired by their courage, their resilience, and their unwavering commitment to building a better world. The kingdom they rebuilt was not just a symbol of physical restoration, but a testament to the human spirit's capacity for growth, change, and the creation of a brighter future. Their reign became a shining example of how even the deepest wounds of the past can be healed, leading to a future of enduring peace and prosperity. It was a world born not of conquest, but of collaboration, a testament to the enduring power of love, redemption, and a shared vision for a better tomorrow. Generations passed, and the tale of Laya and Kale became more than a historical account. It evolved into a legend, a whispered myth echoing through the ages. Their names, once synonymous with conflict and division, became symbols of redemption, resilience, and the transformative power of love. The kingdom they rebuilt flourished, its prosperity a testament to their enduring legacy. Their policies, once radical and revolutionary, became the cornerstone of a just and equitable society, inspiring other kingdoms to embrace similar reforms. The scars of war faded, replaced by vibrant cities and thriving villages. The land, once ravaged by conflict, blossomed with renewed life, a testament to Laya's enduring magic and the kingdom's collective spirit. The once feared forests, now teeming with life, became sanctuaries of peace and tranquility, where the echoes of their battles were replaced by the songs of birds and the rustle of leaves. Their love story, once a tale of betrayal and heartbreak, became an epic of forgiveness and reconciliation, a beacon of hope for those who had lost faith in the possibility of second chances. Their children, and their children's children, inherited not only their kingdom, but also their unwavering commitment to peace and prosperity. They carried the torch of their parents' legacy, ensuring that the values of unity, justice, and compassion continued to shape the destiny of their people. The stories of Laya and Kale were woven into the fabric of the kingdom's culture, passed down through generations in songs, poems, and tales. Their image, etched in stone and painted on tapestries, adorned the royal palaces and humble homes alike. They were not just rulers, they were symbols of hope, inspiration, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Their legacy extended beyond their kingdom's borders, inspiring other nations to strive for peace, justice, and mutual understanding. The world they created was one where magic and reason coexisted, where the power of love transcended the boundaries of conflict and division. It was a world where the echoes of their battles served as a reminder of the importance of forgiveness, reconciliation, and the enduring strength of a love that could heal even the most deeply wounded hearts. Their story, a tale of transformation and redemption, became a timeless narrative, a testament to the enduring power of hope and the possibility of a brighter future, even amidst the deepest darkness. The legacy of Lila and Kale lived on, a testament to the enduring power of love, forgiveness, and the triumph of the human spirit. Their story, a beacon of hope, continued to illuminate the path towards a peaceful and prosperous future for generations to come. The tale of Lila and Kale is not merely a love story. It is a testament to the enduring power of forgiveness, the transformative potential of second chances, and the remarkable ability of the human spirit to overcome even the most profound adversity. Their journey, fraught with conflict and betrayal, ultimately led them to a place of profound understanding and shared purpose. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, even when the wounds of the past seem insurmountable, hope remains a potent force, capable of healing hearts and rebuilding shattered lives. Their story is a reminder that love, in its truest form, is not a fairy tale devoid of conflict, but a crucible in which both individuals are forged and transformed. It is through the trials and tribulations, the mistakes and the reconciliations, that true love reveals its enduring strength and capacity for profound growth. Lila and Kale's journey exemplifies this truth, demonstrating that even the deepest wounds of betrayal and resentment can be healed with the balm of understanding, forgiveness, and a shared commitment to a better future. Their reign, a testament to their collaborative spirit, stands as a symbol of what is possible when individuals set aside their differences and work together for the common good. Their kingdom, once ravaged by war, became a beacon of hope, a shining example of how unity, justice, and shared purpose can transform even the most desolate landscapes. Their legacy extends far beyond their physical realm, inspiring generations to come with the message that even the most hardened hearts can be softened, and even the most fractured relationships can be mended. The magic that infused their world was not merely a supernatural force. It was the magic of human connection, the magic of compassion, and the magic of unwavering hope. It was the magic that allowed them to overcome their personal demons and forge a path towards a brighter future, a future built not on conquest or revenge, but on reconciliation, cooperation, and the enduring power of love. Let their tale serve as a reminder that the path to redemption is often long and arduous, filled with challenges and setbacks. But it is a path worth traveling, for it leads to a place of profound personal growth, healing, and the possibility of a future far exceeding our wildest dreams. Embrace the lessons of Lila and Kale: forgiveness, reconciliation, and the unwavering belief in the power of second chances. For within each of us lies the potential for transformation, the capacity for love, and the strength to build a better world, one filled with hope, compassion, and the enduring power of the human spirit. Let their story inspire you to embrace your own journey of transformation and to believe in the possibility of a brighter tomorrow.